So, I don't know if I'm supposed to say like trigger warning, but I was in the mental health hospital or whatever people call it where you're from. So, I mean, you kind of can assume what it's about. So, I don't know if I can actually say the word of what it's about without triggering people. So, if you kind of get the gist of where this is going, don't watch it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But the other day, I was committed into a mental hospital for suicide, and it was the night before my 25th birthday, and I was like, not feeling too hot, and it got really bad. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and be positive about tomorrow. It's my birthday. Let's see what happens. It was worse the next day. So I recorded a video for all my family and another one for some of my friends, and sent it to one of my closest friends in case they needed it, because I don't like writing letters. I think a video is nicer because you can see the person talking. Anywho, so I was trying to kill myself, and obviously I didn't succeed, and I went somewhere, and it was, for me, the worst experience I've ever had. Not every place is the same, thankfully. So, and I know a lot of people that have gone that have came out feeling like, oh fuck yeah, I'm glad I went. I was not one of them. The place I went to was horrible. The nurses were super nice, and that's about it. I got there, I got in my room. The room is a little smaller than a normal hospital room, and your bed is basically, I don't know, like a toddler size bed is. Like, I could fit on it, and if I had one more leg, I wouldn't fit on it. And they give you one sheet for a blanket, and it is so cold. I couldn't sleep. I could not sleep because I live in a state where it's freezing, so that with no heat, it's freezing. I have a bathroom in my room. I couldn't even take a shower basically because of how cold it was. And they give you a cordless phone in your room, so if you want to call people or have people call you, there's a direct number, which was nice. And there's a TV in your room. So when you get in the room, a police officer wheels you in, and I brought a backpack with some stuff, clothes, whatever, and they go through it and mark what you have, and they let you keep out your clothes. If your shirts have like those strings, they cut them off if you want them on. They locked up all my makeup, and they took all the medicine I brought with me and kept it with them because I assumed you're supposed to bring it to let them know what you're taking. I don't know. But I got there during dinner time, so I ate, and we all eat together, and it was so awkward because no one talks. Like, the nurse introduced me to people, and they were like, hi, and I was like, oh fuck, it's like elementary school, and I'm never one to make the first conversation. I don't want to bother anyone. So I ate there, and then there's like a little area in the cafeteria thingy with like puzzles and a TV and couches, and no one ever was in there, so I was like, okay, I'll go to my room, I guess. So I went to my room. A nurse came in to talk to me about why I'm there and like evaluated me or whatever. And then I fell asleep early for once, and I usually go like a day or two without sleeping, and miraculously, I don't know, I did. And then they wake you up at like 7 to take your blood pressure and heart rate or something, I don't know. And I was always 44/22, which is horrible. It basically means you're dead. And then breakfast is at like 7 to 8:30 or something, I don't know. So you go sit out there with everyone, and they let you pick what you want to eat, like you circle it off the day before. And it's horrible. It's better than hospital food, but only by like maybe 3%. It's not good. And then after that, you have group therapy, which I absolutely hated. No one talked. It was me and like 4 or 5 other girls. No one talked. The group leader did, and it was pointless. Like, she was telling everyone, make a list of what one of your stressors is and what you can do to fix it. And I was like, I already know what my stressor is. I don't need to write anything about it, and there's no way I can fix it really because it's about someone else. I mean, I can do something to fix it, I guess. But she was just talking the whole time for like 20 minutes. No one else would talk or say anything. And then when I left, I was like, okay, now what? Then you go back to your room. And then my psychiatrist doctor came in, and everyone was like ranting, raving about how good he is. And he came in, and I couldn't understand him that well, but I used to work at a hotel at the front desk, so I'm used to like hearing people talk there from different areas of the world, so I was like, I could kind of understand him. And at first I thought he was nice. He asked me about my medicine, and I said I wanted to try a new antidepressant and mood stabilizer, whatever, for my bipolar, because I don't think the one I'm working on now is working, or the one I'm on now is working. And I asked my regular doctor to change it, and he said no, because I've been on so many before, there's no point. And I was like, thanks, dude. So I left my doctor crying. My cat just popped a balloon. So he told me, well, let me go see what other ones I can try and put you on, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, cool, dude, thanks. And then it was dinner time eventually. I just stayed in my room and watched TV and wrote and read a book. And then you go out for dinner. Then you come back in your room, unless you want to sit out there, which still no one did, so I didn't want to be a loner. And then my nurse would come in and evaluate me again, and she showed me the new medicine I'm on. And originally I was on clonazepam for anxiety, lamotrigine for bipolar, levothyroxine for my thyroid, and bupropion for my depression. And he changed my mood one to something, I don't remember the name of it. And then he changed my antidepressant to one, and he took me off my anxiety medicine because the depression one is supposed to work for anxiety. And I was like, no, I've done that before. I need a separate anxiety medicine because that doesn't work for me at all. And I know I've been like this for years and tried, and nothing ever helped my anxiety until I was on a separate medicine for it. But I didn't say that to the nurse because I was like, And I remember before I went in, I googled that antidepressant, or I googled a bunch, and that was one of the worst ones, and I knew it sounded familiar. And then my mom has like all these problems too, so I called her and told her about it, and she's like, no, don't take those. And she told me all the bad side effects, and she knew other people that took them, and they all said the same thing, like, it's horrible. And I was like, fuck, okay. And then I don't know what day it was. The second day, I don't know. It was the next day, maybe. I don't know. I asked to talk to a nurse because no one came in to talk to me or anything. So I was like, Well, my social worker came in, and he was super cute, and I was like, fuck, this is embarrassing. And he just asked me the same questions pretty much. I didn't have insurance, so he said he was going to call someone to call me so I can get that set up. And I did. Somehow I got insurance. And he had me call my therapist and my doctor to make an appointment for them for when I get out. And then later on in the day, my nurse came in because I asked to talk to her because no one was coming to me. And I told her that nothing is doing anything for me. I feel worse now. I feel more anxious, and I just feel worse now than I did coming in. And I told her about the medicine and how I'm not taking it. Like, I've heard only bad things about it. She's like, well, we can't force you to. It's just recommended, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, thanks. And then she basically said, I'm not trying. And I was like, if I wasn't trying, I wouldn't be here. So, lady, I am trying. And she's like, the group people all said you rolled your eyes a lot and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no. When I agree with something, I go like, what do? I go like, that, and apparently that came off as me rolling my eyes and not taking things seriously. So I was like, okay, no. Rolling my eyes would go around and I would notice if I'm rolling them. And she's just like, well, that's what they said, blah, blah. And I was like, well, fucking whatever, dude, okay, fine. Say I'm not trying. I am. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't trying. Oh, it was just so aggravating. And then she just asked other questions and she basically made me feel like shit. Like, she wasn't trying to help me. She was basically talking down to me, saying, you need to be more positive and have an open mind and blah blah. And I was like, I'm being as fucking positive as I can be, okay? I'm here. Alright? I didn't kill myself and I'm here trying to get help. So I didn't take the medicine. And then since I didn't take the medicine, the psychiatrist switched me to, they wouldn't give me my original medicine because he changed it in the computer. So I was like, bruh, what the fuck? But it was nighttime by then, so I was like, whatever. And the next day, we had another group, and it was so fucking pointless. It was. I'm telling you, it was. With the same girls that don't speak. I don't even remember what it was about now. I know we eventually meditated through an app on this woman's phone, and I never meditated before, and some people are like, it's very therapeutic, it's nice, you should try it. I hate it. I hate meditation. So we had to do this thing where you close your eyes, you deep breath in, you place your hands on your thighs and relax your shoulders and stuff. And I was like, fuck, okay. So we're doing that for 5 minutes. And you can't think about anything. So when you're not thinking about anything, you tend to think about everything because you're not focusing on any one thing. So I'm thinking about all this shit that's happened to me and all this bad stuff. And I was like, this is making me feel worse. So then it was open your eyes slowly. I opened them right away. I was like, no. And she asked us, how did that make you feel? And I don't talk usually. And I was like, I just said nothing. I feel worse now. And then another lady agreed with me. She's like, it made me feel more anxious, blah, blah. And I was like, thank you for once saying something now. And no one else said anything about it, so I don't know how they took it, but I took it shitty. But I tried. I obviously tried, but it didn't help me at all. And then we left. We didn't talk about anything. And I thought we would have a doctor, someone to talk one-on-one with, not a nurse or whatever, but we didn't. So I was like, I thought that was gonna happen. That would have made me feel a little better. And then after that, we had dinner later or lunch, I don't know. And then I went back in my room, and that's when I talked to the nurse and told her that therapy group isn't helping me, it's not doing anything. I'm all jumbled up because it was a haze for me. And they know I couldn't sleep for 2 or 3 days, or 1 or 2 days at a time, so they gave me trazodone. I'm never taking it again. It made me fall asleep for an hour, and then I woke up around 1:30 and couldn't fall asleep until 5-ish. And I never get hangovers or anything like that, or migraines or headaches, and I had the worst migraine, headache, whatever I ever could imagine possible. And it had to be because of the trazodone, because I didn't take anything else. And I called my mom and I asked her because she was on it too, and she's like, yeah, it made me feel like shit. So I was like, fuck, okay. And then I ate, I went back in my room because in my head I needed to be in the complete dark and try. I couldn't even read, it hurt my eyes, it hurt everything. And later on, my psychiatrist came back in, and this is what pissed me off, okay? He asked me why I'm not taking my medicine that he recommended, and I told him I've heard nothing but bad things about it. I'm not taking it, I'm not going to. And it was my mom even told me and whatever, and he's like, well, why didn't you listen to your mom ever before? Why are you listening to her now? And I was like, I did listen to my mom before, and she was right. I tried the ones that she said had bad side effects, and they did. And the one I'm on now, she said is the only one that didn't have that many bad side effects. And like, I guess it doesn't. Like, I haven't gained weight or anything. I'm still fucking sad, but it didn't make me feel like all tired or lethargic or whatever. Um, so I told him that, and he's like, well, then you can leave if you're not cooperating. And I was like, what? What the fuck? I'm in here for a suicide and you're telling me to leave? Even the nurses said they have hundreds of different medicine back in their area. And I was thinking, why the fuck won't you try something else? Like, why are you stuck on this one drug? Like, there's so many more, you know? But I was over it. Like, that place sucked ass. And it had better stars than the other place I was gonna go to, so I was like, okay, let's go to this one instead. Don't trust the stars. And I was like, really? What if I kill myself when I get out? I said I'm gonna Hannah Baker his ass and leave all 13 tapes just for him for making me leave. And then he walked out, and I was like, okay, bye. Nice to meet you. Thanks for nothing. And the nurse came in a few minutes later and said, oh, I heard you're leaving on your own, so you have to sign this since it's your decision. And I was like, it wasn't really my decision. He kicked me out for refusing a fucking medicine I didn't prefer. Like, he could have put me on another one, you know, but he didn't. So I had to sign this waiver saying I'm leaving voluntarily. And then she's like, I'll get your discharge shit ready. And another nurse came in and unlocked everything to let me pack. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was so confused. Like, I went in there thinking I was gonna get help. Someone was gonna really talk to me and listen and all this stuff. And I didn't get a damn thing out of it. And it sucks because I've heard so many people that I'm acquaintances with or whatever that have gone in and felt so much better getting out. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be one of them. I'm gonna feel normal. I felt worse. So they gave me everything, gave me some random paper work shit, I don't know. And then I was in the bathroom getting dressed, and the nurse came in, she's like, are you ready? And I was like, it hasn't even been 5 minutes, let me get dressed. And then, so I got dressed, I got finished, I packed all my shit. And then she walked me to the elevators and told me how to get to the lobby. And I was like, bye. It was nice meeting you, I guess. Thanks for nothing, really. Thanks for being nice, at least. And then they give you all your medicine you came back in with, which I was kind of, like, worried about. I thought they were gonna, like, throw it away or something, but they gave it back. So I was like, thanks, dude. Let's go back on the same medicine that wasn't helping. And then the place I was at is an hour away because I live in a super small town, so I had to get picked up, and it took forever, and it was freezing, and I was waiting, because I live up north now. I moved from Florida, so it's winter up here now. Like, as you can see, I live on a lake, and all the boat lifts and shit are out, so I was freezing. And so yeah, and then I just left. I told my grandma, I'm like, I feel worse now. Fuck, dude. And then I got home, I turned my cell phone on, and I didn't have one text, call, voicemail, anything from anyone. And I was like, and that made me feel even worse, because that's originally why I went in, because I felt like no one would care. Like, no one cares if I'm alive, if I'm dead, if I'm wherever. Because everyone ignores me, even my best friends. They don't. Like, I try reaching out so many times, and I even say the words, I'm going to kill myself. And they ignore it. And I was like, okay, well, alright. And then when I got home to nothing, I was like, wow, like, they really don't care. So I wrote this long thing on Facebook about it. And then people messaged me, and I was like, okay, thanks for caring now that I had to say something. So I didn't even count that. Like, it was nice of them, the few who did do it, but I didn't really count it because I had to say something myself, even though I said things before I left about it, and still no one said anything. And I'm a very nice person. I look out for everyone, even if they're going through a small problem. I'm there for them or let them know that I'll help them. I send people money if they need it, even if I barely know them or if they're going through a hard time. I'm very funny, sarcastic. I like making people laugh, whatever. I'm a nice person, okay? I am. So them not saying anything to me was like a huge slap in the face. Because I've been reaching out so much lately, and that's the reason I went in. And I told them that's basically why. Um, so it sucked. Uh, it just sucked. Even family members didn't say anything. So I like deleted a bunch of people because I was like, I'm pissed at all of you for not caring. That was my problem. So when I got home, horrible. Like I was already crying. I wanted to cut myself, but I don't have room on my arms. And I'm not gonna do that on my legs or anywhere else. So at least I couldn't do that, I guess. Um, so yeah, that place sucked. And I hope if you ever have to go somewhere, it's a lot better than that. I hope you don't have to go to one because I hope you're not like this. But if you are, just know not every place is as shitty as the one I went to. So now I'm trying to find another one to go to, and I live in such a small town. The closest two are an hour away, so everywhere else is fucking in Narnia, basically. So I don't know. I'm gonna see my therapist still, who doesn't really do anything because we talk about stuff, and then I leave, and it's just like, I'm thinking about all the bad shit I was talking about, and I go home alone because I don't have any friends up here. Not exaggerating, I don't have one friend up here, and I lived here for 2 years, almost 3 years in the summer. And it's really depressing, and I tried so hard, but whatever. So I've been trying. There's only so much trying you can do before it like really gets to you, and you're like, I don't care anymore. And that's at the point I was at. And I don't want to get back to that point, but I'm slowly getting there. Not that I ever really left it, because nothing helped. But yeah. So hopefully things work out better for you if you gotta go somewhere, and didn't wind up how mine went. I'm not sure if it could get any worse than mine was. That's over dramatic. I'm sure there's other worse places, but I was like American Horror Story Asylum, and I was like scared going in thinking it was like that. But it's kind of more like Girl Interrupted, minus people talking and getting along and stuff. I don't know. It wasn't like a scary place where everything's dark and cold and whatever. They got light. They got TV. You get a phone. You don't get a blanket really, which sucks. And yeah, so that was my story about whatever place you want to call it. I don't know if you want to call it an asylum, mental hospital. I don't know. I don't know what it's called anywhere. So, yep, good luck. And if you ever need anyone to talk to, I have no friends, so you can message me if you want. I don't know. I don't know what else to say, but I hope you get better if you're like this. And I care. And even if people don't show it, apparently they care too, because that's what they all told me. And I was like, huh? Well, where the fuck were you when I was asking for help? But yeah, I don't know what else to say other than nothing. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. And, you are cared about, even if no one tells you that. And people do love you, even if people don't tell you that. And even if you tell people you love them and they don't say it back, I'm sure they do. They just don't say it for some reason, which is what happens to me every day. Even family, dude. Fucking family. But yeah, I guess that's it. I don't think anything else really happened there. I had a word search puzzle based on dogs, and I didn't do anything but watch TV and shit. So, oh, I got a notification. Okay. Anywho, take a shot every time I said that. I feel like I said it a lot. Otherwise, I just said it in general all day. I hope you get better if you have problems. If you don't have problems, I'm happy for you that you aren't like this. And I hope personally I get better because I don't really want to die. I want to see what the future holds. I'd like a boyfriend or girlfriend. I don't want kids really. So, but I just want a happy life with someone. That's all I'm asking for, you know? That's it. So, geese, they're flying south. Okay. I guess that's it. Hey. So, I love you. And I hope you're okay. And I care about you. And that's it. Okay. I love you. Bye.